All right, guys. So Dustin Mansell here with Ringless ALN, and we are here talking today with Scott Darvid, who's been working from home for around 5 years. I'm not sure if it's over that or what it is. He has generated over $17,000 in the last 18 days via Ringless voicemail. And we want to just get his secrets and his hacks and see what he could show us. So Scott, welcome today. Hope everything's great.
Good. How you, Dustin? Nice to have me on.
No worries, I'm doing good. So how long have you been working from home and using Ringless voicemail?
2015, I started in the online industry. I was still working a job. And then by the end of 2015, I transitioned out and I went to working from home full time. And I actually started using Ringless voicemail and mobile marketing then.
That's awesome. What platform did you use? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I think it was Sly something. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure what it was. But I know it was like 7 or 8 cents, something like that per
drop.
Yeah.
What about? Do you remember what the price was at all for the platform? Was it a monthly? Was it a one-time fee? Do you know what?
This I think was monthly, I believe, and I was also using a text platform too. So
you were in. Was that a short code, long code?
I was using a short code, then I went to a long code, and that was like 4 cents per text as well. So it was expensive then.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, so now within the past 2 years, I remember I was reading something else that you said you started using some email marketing as well. So you're building your email list. You also have your cell phone list that you've been building for a while. And then what are some of your secrets? I mean, for the last 18 days, what are your secrets that we could share with other people that are, looking to make the same?
Consistency and retargeting. So you send the broadcast out and you have people. So you're building your list, but at the same time, you're reaching people on their cell phones. And the more they hear something, just think of an email that goes out to somebody with an opportunity. How many times does it take for them to actually click on that or go there? The same thing happens for a voicemail. So the more someone hears something, the more likely they're going to go to that website, which is going to take them to your email list. And the people that don't, you be consistent. So I'm just going to give you one little tip here on that is I like to do twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, the same list for 2 weeks. Okay. And I just recycle. And then I hit that list again a month later. So it's repetitive. I hit new, and then the more times I hit the newer lists, the more results I get out of it. So the more callbacks I'm getting because they see it. It's repetitive.
Let's just say, for instance, say you have one of a Ringless ALN list of 5,000. You're level 2. What would you do with that list if you were to get that list right now? Brand new 5,000 leads looking for business opportunities.
I would break it out into 2,500. I would send 2,500 pending. I would either do 2,500, 2,500, or 5,000, 5,000. So twice a week. That's it.
Okay. With the same message or a different message?
Same exact message. I don't change the message. There's times that when you get further into the game, that's when you want to change your message because now you have more listeners. So then you can go deeper into the system and pull out who's calling back and say, hey, you were at this site. But starting out, you have to start with the same message. Be consistent. Let them hear the same message over and over again. And believe it or not, hearing that message and building a relationship, they're going back and forth. So,
and not only that, but I was reading some other stuff as well. I mean, if somebody, a lot of people will get a voicemail on their phone and they won't listen to it. They just, somebody called and they won't listen. But if that same number keeps popping up, they're gonna be like, well, what is this? And they'll probably end up listening. Do you think that has any effect as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no, for sure. So you follow up. So once a week, right? Or for Tuesdays and Thursdays, you'll say you follow the same list. And then the following week, you'll do the same thing to that same list. Is that all? Or do you retarget that list again in the future at some point?
So after that 2-week period of that same list, I'll go to a different list and I'll hit that list for 2 weeks. And then I'll go back to that list we just were talking about, the first list.
Cool. And then do you take those because recently it's something new that you've been using is OptiTrack, which is the press one, right? And I know before you were using Ringless ALN and we were driving them with a keyword to a short code, but now you could drive them to press 1, right? So do you take those press 1s and put those in a separate file, or what do you do with those?
Yeah, so I take all my press 1s now that I'm using the OptiTrack now. You got to remember, I haven't used OptiTrack until this year, just so you know that. I was using 2 different platforms, and it was more complicated than this at all. It was way more complicated. It's simple. This simplified everything for me. So everything's right there. So definitely the OptiTrack, it work. It's unbelievable. You can see the numbers calling in. You can see who pressed 1. And at the same note, I want you guys to make a note of this. When you're sending to people, your domain and press 1's on there. So some people don't like to press 1. Some people don't like to press 1. They just want to go to that website. That's the power of them going to the website and getting into your email list, because your domain is on that audio along with press 1.
Okay, so when you send a ringless voicemail in your message, you're driving them to a domain as well and press 1.
Yes.
And so when they call back in, is it that same message that, hey, go to that domain and press 1 or 2 or whatever it is?
One message.
One message.
I don't use 2 one message.
Yep.
I may change it up a little bit here and there, but one message. The same message that goes out on the voicemail is the same message they're going to hear when they call it in.
Gotcha. Now, what would be some advice for somebody who's, obviously a lot of people at home, they're looking to get into to work from home business, and they were to start using ringless voicemail because they would be able to go and go after the leads that we would provide them. What would be your advice? If you give them 5,000, would you say to go after all 5,000, or would you say to go after 200, 500 to kind of test out what the message is? I
was gonna touch on that. So everyone has a budget. So whether your budget is big, your budget is medium, or your budget is small, you have to have a consistency to it. So whatever you do, say you buy a list of 5,000 and you want to send 1,000, okay? Send that 1,000 twice a week, all right? 2 times in 1 week. Then that same 1,000 2 times the next week. Then take another 1,000 and hit that for 2 weeks. Then go back to the first one. And after that first one, take the third 1,000 and go and hit that for 2 weeks. Then go back to the second one. Yeah. Make sense?
Makes 100% sense. Yeah. I mean, for so many.
That's what I've been doing. That's exactly what I've been doing.
Okay.
For 5 years. But now the email, what I like about it is now the press 1 feature is really nice, because now it's taking those people right to their phone. But you still have the option, the people that don't want to use the text, they can still go to the website, opt into your capture page, and get your email follow-up.
That's what I wanted to touch on next, is the capture page. And even a lot of the people that are coming in new and not sure what that is. So a capture page, can you explain to us what a capture page is?
A lead capture page is just a page that has a name field and a email field, okay? And also, I have ones that I use with phone fields, and I have them out. And so if you have one with a phone field, that's another way to collect a phone number.
Gotcha. It's all about collecting a list, right?
Yeah, so your email list, and you collect a phone number, then you take that phone number and throw it into a ringless voicemail with a message saying, you show an interest in making money from home, working from home, you show an interest in this. You just, no matter what business you're in, you just reference back to what they heard. That's it. It's like calling someone on the phone, like picking up your phone right here and calling someone and saying, hey, just following up with last week, you called me, and it's the same difference, except you're doing it without talking to anybody.
Gotcha. And they hear your same voice then, I take it, right? So it's a familiar voice, right?
Correct. Yes. Familiar voice. So consistency of that, whether it's my voice, someone else's voice, or even a recorded voice, it's consistent voice. It's not the person's voice. It's the consistency of, it's not the person it's not the person or maybe the machine or the robot that makes the actual the message. It's whatever that they hear, the audio, the tone, the voice, that one voice, consistency.
Gotcha. That makes sense. So I'm taking that the keyword to everything is consistency with it.
Yes.
That's what we do, right?
In anything in life, it's consistency.
So with your tools, so then you got email that you use, you got the ringless voicemail with the Ringless ALN, text messaging. You have any companies that use with that? Do you use our platform for text messaging too?
Yes. I'm using it now.
What is your how do you drive people to opt in?
I share my phone number. I put it in Craigslist ads. I have a keyword. I have them text that in to that phone number. I share it on social media.
Yeah.
I put it in YouTube. Just text any number to this. Text any word to this number, whatever word you want, and it works. And then those you can take and you can send follow-up messages to.
So the people that text in, you're saying it'll follow up with the drip text message, right?
They get followed up with the drip, and you can also. I like to try to text once a day. To be honest with you.
Gotcha. You send out a text, you're following up with all of your leads.
Yeah, follow on top of the drips that are going out.
Yep.
If something pops up, I have them right at my fingertips here. You know.
Gotcha. That's money, man. That's very, very good knowledge for some of the veterans and some of the people that are new that are coming in to see the power of Ringless voicemail.
And it's the same concept. If you have it's new. So people know solo ads, right, Dustin?
Yep.
Right? People know what solo ads are. Ringless voicemail, people kind of they mix it up with voice broadcasting. It's not. It's totally separate. Ringless voicemail is information. Okay, it's not a phone call. So voice broadcasting, yes, is banned, but don't get that mixed up. Voice broadcasting and ringless voicemail. Ringless voicemail is 100% compliant.
Yeah, for sure. 100% agree with that, and you are right. 100% compliant for sure. So with these tools that you have, then what would you say? You have email, you have texting, you have Ringless. All three of those go together well. We couldn't really say which one works the best because I'm sure they all complement each other, right? But if you do it the right way and consistent in what you're saying, and if you're a newcomer and you were to start 5 years ago, you had to go start your own list, right? So did somebody hand you a list to go after, or do you have to go start your own list?
You don't have. It helps to start your own list. You can go buy lists as well, but we have leads.
5 years ago when you started, you had to go buy a list to get started.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Well, definitely, because I worked for a cable company, so I was like, okay. Basically, sat down here where you see me right now, and I'm just like, okay, what do I have to do? And I was like, all right. So now I have my computer. I am not tech savvy. Just so I am not tech savvy at all. I'm slow typing. I do a lot of copy and pasting.
Yeah. Gotcha. So with Ringless ALN, they gave you 5,000 leads. You went right after those 5,000, and I'm sure most, not most, but some of those were, contributed to your over 17K in the last 18 days, which is the math really quick. It's a little bit under $1,000 a day is what you've been pushing with Ringless voicemail, email, and our text message platform.
Yeah, and those ones that called in are still getting retargeted as we speak. So it's a never ending. It's just, you can't stop. You just got to keep it going, keep that train going. And just remember, like I said, people know solo ads. Don't stop doing solo ads. This is another avenue that works because, again, email is solo ads. Solo ads, email. Now Ringless voicemail and text. So now you have more, what I wanted to say, you have more fishing poles out there for more leads to come in.
Oh, for sure, man. Well, we definitely appreciate it. And I think a lot of us, like I said before, are going to take a lot from this and hopefully follow up with the consistency. And we're going to put this recording on our website and also on our Facebook page and everything. And we definitely thank you for your time. And we know you're in New York, which is getting hit hard right now. So make sure you stay safe and keep clean and all that good stuff. Anything else before we end?
No, that's it. I just want to, one last thing is just anything, just be consistent. And online, offline, be consistent and you'll succeed. If you're not consistent, you're not going to, you do one Ringless voicemail, you do one solo ad, you do one text campaign, you're not, and you have no results. Yeah, the follow-up's still there, but you have to keep filling that pipe. You got to keep filling that faucet with leads, keep filling it. That's what you just want all the way coming in. You don't want it to stop.
Cool. Well, thank you again. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got Scott Darvid and Dustin Mansell checking out, and all the links are in this YouTube video below. If you guys want to get started with Ringless ALN today, you guys can, and you can get started just like Scott did 5 years ago. You can get started right now, but we give you leads, and leads come with it. So, with that said, everybody.
And the price per drop.
Oh, the price per drop is definitely, it's low. as low as almost over a quart or over a penny, right? But it, 2 cents at level 1's 2 cents per drop. So yeah, you're definitely, it's money. Not 7 cents. When he started, it was 7 cents per drop. We have it down to 2 cents.
And Tex was 4 cents.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. And any questions, any concerns, you know how to get a hold.